Hey fanboys and girls, it's time for another episode of Rebels Recaps. This week we're covering everything on the episode Breaking Ranks. By the way, sorry for the lack of videos lately. Bob and I have been very busy. Right, Bob? Right. So let's get right into it. Ezra goes undercover within the Imperial Academy to train as a cadet, while his real mission is to steal the coordinates for an Imperial shipment. Under the supervision of Commandant Oresco and Taskmaster Grant, Ezra shows off his skills as he competes with the other cadets to make it through the Cadets Challenge, named the Well. We'll get back to that in a minute, but let's keep going with the storyline. After Ezra has seemingly made friends with his fellow cadets, he helps them complete the exercise that this friendship will be tested later on. Ezra is able to break away from the rest of the company and find Agent Callus's office. Meanwhile, the rest of the Rebels crew awaits the information that Ezra must receive. It's only been a few weeks they've been waiting on him. As Ezra breaks into Callus's office, he quickly grabs the information needed, but when he opens the door to make a quick escape, Zare Leonis, another cadet, is waiting for him outside. He ends up actually saving Ezra from a claymore that would have blown his brains out if he would have left with the information, which he planned to do. Zare and Ezra strike a deal as partners to steal the information. We also learn about Zare's sister Dara, but more on this later. Next day, the two win the challenge and get back into Imperial HQ at the expense of Ezra's friendship with Jai Kell, another cadet. Ezra once again, as he always does, gets into a vent and tunnels his way above Callus's office while Zare distracts the ISB agent with a supposed shipment of pod racer parts. Ezra uses the Force to steal the information and barely escapes without being seen. But on his way back out the vent, Ezra overhears the Commandant talking to the Inquisitor. He learns that the two are weeding out the more talented cadets and in turn eradicating Force-sensitive children. The Commandant plans to turn Jai and Ezra over to the Inquisitor. Meanwhile, the rest of the rebels are given the coordinates to the Imperial shipment, but are told Ezra is not leaving the Academy for another day. Kanan and Hera race to the Imperials and the Ghost, while Sabine and Zeb are told to attack the Academy the next day. Ezra and Zare inform Jai on their situation, and they make an agreement to fight back and try to escape. As they compete in the challenge once again, Jai, Zare, and another cadet named Oleg win, but not Ezra. On the other side of the galaxy, Kanan and Hera attack the shipment in an attempt to destroy Kyber Crystal, which is a great nod to the Obi-Wan and Anakin arc that we saw in the Clone Wars on Utapau. Well, it was in its final stages anyways. Kanan occupies the TIE Fighters and the Phantom, while Hera guns down the Imperial freighter carrying the Crystal and the Ghost. They make a quick escape before the huge explosion can reach them. The cadets, on the other hand, have taken over an Imperial walker after using their blasters to stun Oleg and the pilot. Ezra quickly jumps on the top of the walker before it's destroyed by the others. Zeb and Sabine attack the Imperials from outside, and in turn rescue Ezra and Jai, while Zare decides to stay at the Academy to try and eventually find his sister, though they agree to keep in touch. Later, the disgusted Inquisitor decides to have a little chat with Zare about this knowledge of the rebels. In the end, the crew reunites and plan to return Jai to his mother. Ezra is also happy he's finally back with his family. Well, at least that's what he says. Anyways, let's get to the analysis. Overall, the episode has a really cool design, as always. A lot of the colors used are a palette of grays and whites when we are watching the cadets. It also really makes you notice how different the rebels are, since there is a huge difference just in what colors the team uses to identify them. There are great shots of the city on Lothal, such as with the opening shot of the city with the sun shining and the birds singing and the Imperials marching. Ah, what bliss. The episode has an exciting structure promoting the action. We see a lot of switching back and forth between the battle in space and the cadets on the ground. I was at the edge of my seat so much I almost fell off. Ah! Another great design we see in the episode is the Cadets Obstacle Course type challenge named the Well. Yep, you guessed it, it's based off the box that we see in the episode of the Clone Wars, which was designed by the character Moralo Evol. It also personally reminded me of the clone training facility in the Clone Wars episode Clone Cadets. It's great to see that the continuity of those episodes is still being exploited, aka it's awesome sauce. This episode also might be hinting at an episode 7 component, or sorry, the Force Awakens as they call it. Note to self, no more numerical order. There is speculation that John Boyega's character is actually Zare Leonis. His sister could potentially even be Lupita Nyong'o's character. And what if that sand planet we see and it could be Lothal and not Tatooine? Wouldn't that be interesting? We shall know in due time. But we also know that Zare and Ezra will be keeping in touch, but the Inquisitor might get in the middle of that and take the rebels out. There's some exciting stuff coming down the pike, guys. This episode has it all. Great structure and action sequences, and as always, we feel that original trilogy vibe. Because of this, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. Reason being, we've seen better stuff from this crew, and we're just awaiting that right now. But this is a great episode, guys. Leave a comment as to how I can improve my videos, and make sure to discuss with everyone else what you think of the episode Breaking Ranks. Until next time, bye bye guys, and may the force be with you.